This is Mike with B&M. Today I'm going to cover one of our most frequently asked questions, and that is how to properly adjust our automatic shift cable. I have our mega shifter with us today. It is part number 80690. It is a universal shifter that fits 3 and 4-speed automatic transmissions, and it applies to GM, Ford, and Chrysler transmissions. So you'll want to visit our website at bmracing.com for all the specific applications. So at this point, you should be through the instructions at the point where your shifter is mounted in the vehicle and you have your brackets installed on the transmission. You're next going to route your cable and secure it to your shifter, making sure that you don't have any tight bends in the cable or any kinks in the cable, which can cause binding and sticking or even damage and ruin the cable completely. So once you're ready for your installation, you're going to prep your cable. You're going to remove the 2 boots and one of the jam nuts, along with one of the lock washers. You're then going to slide the cable through your bracket and reinstall the lock washer and jam nut, leaving space in between so you have room for adjustment. Next, you're going to install the boots back on, and lastly, you're going to install your swivel. When you thread your swivel on, you want to make sure and thread it down until there is an even amount of threads on each side, giving you adjustment in either direction. Next, you're going to take the shifter and bring it all the way down into low or first gear, and you're going to do the same with the transmission. So on this Turbo 350 that we got here today, GM's bracket has 3 different hole locations, so you want to follow your instructions and make sure you install it into the proper hole location. The Ford and Chrysler brackets only have a single hole, so there's no confusion. So the instructions for our mega shifter call for the very forward hole. You're going to take your swivel and you're going to install it into the forward position, and then you're going to lock down your jam nut. So you're going to go ahead and tighten these down. And once your cable is secure, you're going to make sure that the swivel moves freely in the proper hole location. Next, you're going to take the swivel back out and shift the transmission back into park and the shifter. And then you're going to reinstall the swivel into the same hole, making sure it moves freely. If you have to make any adjustments to your swivel at this point, you'll want to verify that it fits free in the same hole in both the park and low positions. Once you're at this point where it fits properly and has free movement in both of those locations, you're going to then check the swivel in each of the individual positions of the shifter and make sure that it still moves freely. If for any reason that you feel like your cable is binding and sticking, don't force the shifter because you could damage the cable. So we're going to go in reverse and make sure the swivel moves. Neutral. Third or drive. Ratchet it down into second and back into low. Once you've verified that the swivel fits properly in its hole location in every single position from the shifter, you're ready to install your cotter pin. You'll slide it through the hole, bend the tabs over, and trim off the excess. At this point, your shift cable adjustment is done. You're ready to move on in the instructions and finish the installation. If you have any questions, you can visit our website at bmracing.com.